Florida Trail Association is a membership-based organization that maintains, builds, and protects the Florida National Scenic Trail, which is one of 11 national scenic trails in the country. Our volunteers are spread out throughout the state. We're organized into 19 chapters. Out of those chapters, they're assigned a section of the Florida National Scenic Trail to maintain. The Florida Trail is a 1,500-mile trail that stretches from Big Cypress National Preserve in the south of Florida all the way over to the Western Panhandle and Gulf Islands National Seashore.
The Florida Trail Association's mission is to build, maintain, and protect the Florida National Scenic Trail alongside our volunteers and our partners, mainly the Forest Service. The Florida Trail connects some of the most biodiverse regions of the state, some of the most beautiful landscapes in the country. The Florida Trail spans across 3 national forests, 9 wildlife management areas, 8 state forests, 8 state parks, 5 water management areas, 1 national wildlife refuge, 2 National Park Service properties, and an Air Force base. The Florida Trail also has permission to cross a number of private properties, and we have partnerships with those landowners across our entire state and is contained all within the state of Florida. It's a really important natural resource because it connects those really vital spaces. It creates a greenway through our state, and that's really important for conservation purposes and also has recreation benefits for people and our ecosystems alike.
This organization predates the founding of the trail as a national scenic trail. So this was started by just some hikers, enthusiasts who got their inspiration from the Appalachian Trail when they were hiking, started coming down here in 1966, laid the first orange blaze to start the trail, and it was from 66 to 83 before we were designated as a national scenic trail. And this year we celebrate our 40th anniversary.
Keystone Heights, Lake Butler, and Palatka are all pretty close to Gainesville. They all do a great job stewarding the trail as it runs through their town. Lake Butler actually lets long-distance hikers camp in the yard of their city hall because the trail goes right through there. Palatka also does a wonderful job of showcasing their wild spaces and trails. They're definitely considered a trail hub because they're not only the Florida Trail, but the Palatka to Lake Butler State Trail runs through there. They've also got the Bartram Trail, and they have a lot of community members that really champion the trails.
We partner with pretty much every land management agency across the state. So whether that's the National Forest or the State Forest or the water management districts, state parks, and this is a group of representatives of those areas that meet twice a year to talk about what we're doing, priority projects, and things like that.
The Gateway Community Program collaborates with the U.S. Forest Service, and we partner with communities that are along the Florida Trail. Typically, these are communities that serve as resupply spots for long-distance hikers. They're also literally gateways to the Florida Trail. So part of this program really aims to connect people with places along the Florida Trail and also showcase like the cultural and heritage aspects of the Florida Trail.
We're incredibly lucky to have our dedicated volunteers. We have 1,500 miles worth of trail, and we could never maintain every mile of that trail if it weren't for our volunteers.
Next Generation is a group of volunteers, about 13 members of us, aged anywhere from 18 to 30. The members are spread across the state of Florida, all the way from Miami to Tallahassee. Our objective is to create and encourage more young and diverse people to volunteer for the Florida Trail. The Florida Trail struggles with an aging volunteer population and a lack of diversity. The mission for Next Generation Coalition is to engage a more younger, diverse audience to come out onto the trail, and then also to work with the local chapters. To get involved, go to floridatrail.org. The application process opens up once a year. In November of 2023, we'll be accepting new volunteers.
My experience with Next Generation Coalition has been really great. It's been nice to kind of make a community of young people, get to know people that have the same interest as me. I was interested in joining the Next Generation Coalition because I grew up in Florida. Through school and different wildlife technician jobs after college, I've hopped around Florida doing different things. Having the Florida Trail to go hike on was kind of giving me like a sense of home. Whether I was working in the Florida Panhandle panhandle with frosted flatwood salamanders, or I was down in the Everglades doing stuff with wading birds. I could, within an hour, be on the trail. It's really cool to be on it and know that where you are is connected.
We provide trainings for our volunteers, especially with storm relief, general cleanup. We rely heavily on skilled chainsaw operators, and we train all of our own sawyers in-house using a curriculum provided by the U.S. Forest Service.
Volunteerism, it can be anything. We have a person that is putting out flyers so we can send out to other partners and other volunteers and members of the WUFT-TV. And the nice thing about the volunteerism is that people feel like they have buy-in. They feel some level of commitment to maintaining that trail as a symbol. I think for every person it's probably a little different.
If you have a property that you would like to work with us on making a conservation easement or allowing the Florida Trail to pass through that property, you can email fta@floridatrail.org. If you're interested in getting involved with the Florida Trail Association, the best thing to do is become a member and get connected with your local chapter. You can also check out our volunteer opportunities page on our website to get connected with statewide opportunities to volunteer.